Women's World proudly brought to you by Jacks of PNG.
Hello, I am Miriam Rakane and welcome to Women's World. As you all know, here on Women's World, we enjoy and love sharing the success stories of our women here in PNG, not forgetting the types of challenges that they are faced with, or what is more pleasantly known as the roadblocks, the different roadblocks that these women are faced with day in, day out in their lives. Therefore, in this episode, we share with you stories from 3 different women from different walks of lives in regards to the types of roadblocks that they were faced with and how they were able to overcome these roadblocks and achieve their goals and visions in their lives day in and day out. Being a woman here in Papua New Guinea is somewhat challenging, ranging from law and order issues, safety for our women and girls, the struggle to have gender equality among a traditional patrilineal belief that exists here in our society. But despite it all, Dika Gabe, who has served for more than 10 years as a radio announcer, shares of how her employment has served as a form of empowerment to provide for herself and for her children despite being a single mother.
My name is Dika Gabe. I am 36 years of age. I come from a mixed parentage of Kairuku and Koitabu. Currently, I'm attached with FM Central 89.9 Hirimotoga, the radio station, and I've been with the station for more than 10 years now. My journey began in the late 2008, which I was doing an on-job training with Crown Plaza. It all happened there. I remember there was a time when I heard there was an open air for new recruitment for the announcers. So I thought I'd give it a shot because I'm kind of funny, talkative. I just had everything all in one, so I thought I might give it a shot. So it was on a Monday. I could remember on one of my speech shifts that I went on interview for the position of an announcer. So I went and I met up with the old guns, X-Men Ravo and Kaiva Ara on my way. So when I went in, there was William Murray, the great William Murray, he was on there. So I remember him giving me a new script for me to translate in my own words, into my own sentences, into Motu. I still remember up to this date that there, Sepoles Matanai on that day, it was a short news. He ran the baton, it was a race or something that he hand over, take over. So I had to put it in my own sentence, in my own language, in Motu. So I translated it and I recorded it that same day. So I recorded the script in Motu, and during those times we had no communication, no mobile phones whatsoever. It was in 2008. So when I was on my way home, there was an announcement made by William Murray that whoever knows this lady, please, we need a ASAP. So I have to turn around from where I am. Actually, I was going home to Baroni. So then I took the bus trip back all the way to bus trip from to halfway to home, to town. From there, I met up with the great William Murray, and it all happened there. 2 months into training, but it was just a shortcut because I was a fast learner. So it was 2 weeks into my first job as being a senior broadcaster. The challenges I faced in work-wise, there are many times that I faced problems especially my personal problems that I face as being a single mom. It's quite very, very difficult for me. I face challenges and face battles every step I take or every move I make. Sometimes I fall, sometimes I'm on my 2 feet to be honest, there are many times that I give up, but these people that are who always behind my back, pushing me harder, that had faith and believed in me that like I should do better. I should become somebody better. And because of the faith and the strength that given me, I am who I am today. And with my family, like I come from a very big family. I haven't felt the gap or felt that I am not wanted. Being in a big family, being in a loving and supportive family, I felt the love and the strength and the courage that gives me to move forward. And seeing my children, who is my biggest fan in life, and also my family, giving me the boost and moral in life to move forward and do what I love best. I believe the media industry is very powerful in our country because it educates us to a level where some of us, like we get educated and we know what's wrong and what's right. As people especially, we have that attitude problem. If you have that knowledge that like you understand well what is media, and media is very powerful. Media is the body that walks the talk, and I'm sure people learn and grow from it. My word of encouragement or advice would be never ever doubt and look down on yourself. Always be positive in everything and anything that you do. A female that works hard to provide for her kids is a queen no matter what job description that is. So through God, all things are possible.
As Dika has shared, nothing is impossible as long as you set your mind to it through hard work and perseverance. You are watching Women's World. Up next, we share with you insights shared by one of our fresh local female artists here in PNG, who will be sharing with us how she came about being a local female artist and her passion for music in the music industry. So who is Esther Pacifica and what is she about? Yana Zoriri from our news team met up with Esther Vicky Kave, a female music artist new to our airwaves with recently released songs such as Mangi Wespa and Gomo Hane. Esther shared of who she believes she is as an artist and how her passion for singing developed along the years.
My name is Esther Vicky Kave, and my stage name is Esther Pacifica. I'm 50% Southern Highlands and 50% Eastern Highlands. And I grew up in West Papua. That's where Mangi West Papua came from. And from West Papua, I went to USA to school, and then I'm back here. So now I'm here in POM. Yes. I think for me, it's because I grew up singing. Singing in church and also outside, people that were asking me, and I'm sorry, because of how it's therapeutic for me, it helped me come about writing my own lyrics and to translate how I feel and the situations that caused me to feel how I felt. I wrote my lyrics, and that's when I wrote Gomohane and Mangios Papua. I think Mangios Papua is I would put it as it's a disclosure song, because I'm saying disclosure because when the song is about us leaving West Papua, because as I said, my father was a missionary then. We lived there for about around 11 years, and when we had to leave the country or the province, it happened abruptly. Like mi plakirap tasona mi plakam na amenino got dupla what kind of sem or mi platok by na. There wasn't in a way where we had a farewell with how long we stayed over there, and then my idea of I will never go back there, and it kind of hurting me in a way. And I thought, how am I supposed to find a disclosure for the way I'm feeling right now and my family? Because it wasn't just me, all of us. That's why I included my whole family in the video to show that we all had the feeling. So in one of my lyrics, I said, "You get up now, you turning back side." It's like you got up and you left, and there wasn't even a proper way of saying goodbye. So people thought I put Mangi, so I was singing to a guy, but basically it's a metaphor for just everyone in West Papua and the lifestyle there. So that's how Mangi West Papua came to be. For Gomohane, it's a tribute song for my uncle, my mom's youngest brother. He passed away. He was dear to me, but he passed away 2 days after I arrived from USA. I went to school there, and I heard that he was in his last stage of cancer. And when I came back, he kind of waited for me, I would say. I mean, that's what it seemed. And then he saw me, and then he passed away the next day. There's a story about it on my page. But so from there, I was deeply hurt because he was the one that I was connected to, very connected to, and I never got the chance to spend time with him. So it's like, you get up now, you go, you bagarapimina. I'm starving bagarapim, and then there's no one, there will ever be someone like you. So it's a song about being hurt, and I did not specifically put the phrase that it's towards him. I made it genderless. The song was genderless, so anybody can relate, put any situation they're in the song. I think I wasn't prepared for it. My producer, Solid Productions, he told me that, the song is going to be a killer, but I didn't think that it was going to be that big killer. And everybody is, my brother called me and told me, people are really going off about it, and people keep telling me, and I keep seeing this post, and I'm like, oh wow, it's crazy. And people start, Mangi West Papua was, it's a hit too, but this one just came and woof. I'm not expecting it. I wasn't ready for it. I'm still not ready for it. So yes, I'm trying to maintain the momentum, but at the same time, I have work to do and I have other responsibilities. So I'm not going to write songs after songs, but there will be a single in maybe soon.
Thank you so much for joining us. Up next, we feature the founder of Ocean Organics and her passion for supporting local SMEs here in the country, together with how she uses raw materials. Yes, most of her products are produced by local coconuts here in PNG. That's up next here on Women's World after the break.
Ocean Organics Coconut Body Oil Moisturizer comes in 4 different fragrances, that being pure natural, lemongrass, lavender, and frangipani.
Ernestine Kong is the founder of Ocean Organics. She supports the work of women carried out here in the country, placing emphasis on the importance of supporting local products produced by local raw material as it supports the work of our people at the grassroots level.
Thank you very much for having me. My name is Ernestine. I'm an Islands girl, so I'm the founder of Ocean Organics.
Yeah, so what is Ocean Organics about?
Firstly, let me just say Ocean Organics is a play on word, okay, from the word ocean. So when I chose it, I couldn't get the word ocean, but we got the name Ocean. So we started, the whole idea started in 2014, and we went when I went back to Papua New Guinea, and I wanted to do something, and I come from New Ireland. There's a lot of coconuts, and it wasn't just the fact that there's a lot of coconuts there. It was an industry that still needed to be tapped into in Papua New Guinea. So there was a gap in the market, and basically my fiance then said to me, why don't why don't you do coconut oil? And I said, well, but yeah, it's a great idea. I'll value add to that. That's how it all came about. It was just about, it's about love, basically, going home and making this product and knowing that and understanding that there's a gap in the market in Papua New Guinea that could be explored. And also at this time, coconut as a beauty product, we only had, what did we have here in Fiji? So why not Papua New Guinea have their own as well?
How empowering is this business for you as a woman, and how important do you believe it is for our women to be financially secure?
Okay. For me, to have this business is to be my own person, to be able to produce, to have that independence to produce products that are natural. Being in this business, I've noticed how I have empowered females in my employ, as well as other females, PNG women. And that is through, for example, I had young lady that first started with me, she was about 15. She couldn't speak English or write. And at the end of her first year, she could speak English. She learned with English, and she was great at making soap. So she didn't know anything, a young girl. And I could see that she just had this drive that she wanted to learn something. So, that was her. At the end of the year, by the time I left Moresby to go to Kimby, she knew perfectly how to make soap. And the lady that was that was my house lady, she now works in our production area. That's what she wanted to do. She was the first person I trained to make soap. Now she knows how to make lip balms, the scrubs. She understands it perfectly. And I think one of my greatest, apart from other women outside, there was a lady in Kimby. So everywhere I went, I've always made a point to try to teach ladies, train ladies how to make things, what I'm doing, and understand what they are good at, particularly with their hands. Women, more than men, care. Even if they don't have anything, we will still find a way to provide. So for us, it's like a DNA in us. And another reason is that women actually live longer than men. So it's important that they get that financial independence so that they can then provide for themselves and their families. Having a job, having that steady income also gives them that allows them to make that choices that they've not had, and that this is, and it's a mental state, right? It's so good. It's so good for women, for their mental health and well-being. And for me, it's very important that women do get that financial independence. And also want to, in my position, like being a role model, I think that's another thing that what it does is that you do become a role model for other women as well as your children, and then you start making decisions and you start picking goals. It's great.
Thank you. So can you please share with me the range of products that are offered under the name Ocean Organics?
From the health and beauty range, I've got the body oil moisturizers. I also have the soaps that we make. Right, so I'm going to show you 3 different types of soaps here, of packaging. So I have your body soap, and that comes in 5 different fragrances, and coconut oil. We have the dog shampoo bars, and I also have the small packaging here for your hotel soaps, or Airbnb, or if you want it as little gifts, I've got that as well. If anyone needs to get in contact with us, that's www.oceanorganics.com. We'd love to hear from people in terms of how we're going, how we can improve our products particularly. And, it is and we, we have ambassadors as well, apart from the shops. Like there's a lady called Sarah. She's up in Warbeck. She buys our products. She sells the products up in Warbeck. She sells it to the hospitals. So that to me, that's a good feat. And that's a lady, what can I say? I feel really touched and it's always women that will follow up, and it's women that will come to us and say, we'd like to sell your product. Why? Because as a female, we always look for something that's going to be good for us. We know it when something is good for us.
Yes.
And when it's skincare, oh, that's great. If it's going to help your boo-boo, yes, I want to know about it. And then, can I do that myself? Yes, I can. How do I do that? So, I am in the right, I'm in the right industry and at the right time in Papua New Guinea to empower women to believe in themselves and do it.
Thank you so much for joining me, but unfortunately that is all we have for you in this episode of Women's World. If you would like to know more about Women's World, or if you believe there is a story you would like to share with us, please contact us through the link which is appearing on your screen now, simply by liking our Facebook page and sending us a message. Until next time, I am Miriam Rakane. Please join me in the next episode of Women's World.
This program proudly brought to you by Jacks of PNG.